night, y'all. Welcome to another week of Everything's Everything. I think this is going to be episode 13.
13, bro.
Is 13 still a lucky number or is it an unlucky number? I can never tell because it's like Friday the 13th or is it like lucky number 13? I'm not a superstitious person like that.
Yeah.
But here we are, episode 13. I'm your boy Stephon.
It's your boy Jiggy.
We didn't match on purpose. Like this the do-rag and everything. I know some of y'all probably at home thinking like these niggas is trying to come in cut a coordinated.
Yeah.
This is just two fly close friends just happen to be on the same page today. But
Facts.
once again, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. Please, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the short content, I appreciate everybody on Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat, everybody who's been, just giving good feedback or even just good critiques. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It means a lot. So y'all please like the video, comment, subscribe, share. Like it really means a lot. We're slowly building an audience and we really want to hear from you guys. Like if there's topics that you feel like you would want to hear us speak about, like send them our way, put them in the comments, reach out to us on the Instagram. The Instagram and the TikTok is in the description for the actual YouTube page. So with that being said, we got another great week of topics and thought for y'all. And I think I'm going to pass it to Jiggy because he actually had a really good topic. When he hit me about this topic Sunday night, it was one I was really excited to come in here and talk about, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And thanks for passing it over to me. But I had a topic, right, this week, right? And I just want you guys to think about it too, Do you think that we pass down like traumas, or do you think that our parents pass down traumas to us, which inflicts into our relationships with our friends or either our relationships with our our spouse or the other person that we with? Do you think those traumas that we have, that we kind of like, oh yeah, I'm mad, I have this anxiety, you know what I mean? I feel this way, right? And we get into relationships and we're kind of like, yeah, I know this about myself, I'm this way, right? And it sometimes can, play a part in our relationships that we have with other people. Do you think, and I'm asking this, I'm gonna answer it, but then I'm gonna let you answer it too, bro.
Right.
And then this question came up to me, right? Is because, this week, right? I was going to the store. I was in the store or whatever the case is. And, everybody, when you're in the store, you may see, how mothers handle their kids, right? Like, oh, okay, hey, stop. They may say stop. They may grab them and things like that, right? And, I seen this mother. Her kid was crying and acting, a little foolish. She grabbed the kid. She said, hey, stop acting that way. You're not supposed to be doing that here, right? And, I don't know. That's all I seen, right? And the thing for me is that I'm like, the way she handled that situation, remember, I'm not a parent, right? I'm just asking, and I would love the conversation to go, is that the way she handled that, is it based off of how she feels about the kid? Because I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Or is the way she handled that passed down through a trauma? Or is that what she's seen? And that's the way that she's going to handle that situation. Right. I'm pretty sure that she's probably not aware of aware of how she handled that situation, but I'm pretty sure that if she was aware of that, she probably would have changed the way that she probably handled that situation because she may or may not know the effect of it, right? So, I'm asking you the question, bro. What do you think about trauma being passed down that may inflict in certain relationships that you have with other people?
But I think it has a lot to do with a lot of things. Trauma, I think, often is inherited only because, like, you develop a lot of your character and how you respond to things through trauma, right? Right. And when you're raising a kid, like, people don't really think about it this way, but, like, you're only giving your child what you know. Right. So you can't give your child what you don't know. Facts. And, like, how you react is just how you react to things. Like, nowadays, people don't believe in, like, spanking their kids or, they'll put their kid in timeout. I ain't grew up that way. I got whooped. Word. A lot. A lot.
Yeah, you a baby.
Two ass.
You was a little baby. That's
Hey, listen, but that's why I'm so straight-laced now because
parents couldn't catch me.
Yeah, hey, nah, man. Listen, man, running ain't do me no good. Running made it worse. Running made it worse. If I ran, they were calling in reinforcements. You might have got a 2-for-1. I got a lot of 2-for-1 specials. One bad deed, 2 ass whoopings a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, just for making the either my mom talked too much, or to call my grandmas and my uncles. It was a lot, but that's how I grew up. My parents are from the Caribbean, old school. Didn't play no games. Now, mind you, it wasn't like off the first time they said something to me, they're like, all right, nah, it was often like by the third time, I'm really wilding.
Nah, your bro, listen. I had my grandmother, she from North Carolina. So she used to be like, go get the switch. That was the last thing you wanted to hear. Yeah, so my cousins, they used to get their ass whipped with that switch.
Oh my God.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh.
Me, I was like this. Nah, I'm not pissing her off. I'm not pissing you off.
You see, you know what they say, a hard head make a soft ass? That was me, yo. My grandma used to tell me to go get the belt in the closet, bro. I don't know how many people grew up like this, but like, I mean, do you remember those leather belts that's kind of like interwoven like that? And at the end, it had the metal buckle, like the metal. Oh man, I'm talking about when I got in the bathtub, the welts right here on the forearm. It burns.
Yeah, you definitely was a baby.
So yeah, I was like, hey man, I probably shouldn't have been jumping on the bed for real though.
Yeah, right.
You feel me? But yeah, bro. I mean, all fun and jokes aside, I mean, trauma's a real thing. We as Black people are still trying to overcome traumas from our ancestors. You know what I mean?
Facts.
We're still dealing with the after effects mentally of slavery. And there's, that's why the Boondocks is such a genius show. Like, it breaks down all the post-slavery mindsets and like how those things affect us on a day-to-day basis and how we try to overcome, because there's people who sell out our own people, and if you look at it back in the day, why they do that, like cooning was something that people did to survive. Now it's something that people do to try to reach a certain like financial status or social status. Of course, you're gonna have the revolutionaries. You know what I'm saying? That like the people who just wanted to escape, they're willing to use an arm, a leg, even their life to escape. You have people who were, just trying to survive.
Right.
Just trying not to piss anybody off, and you see that in society where they don't want to do too much. They don't want to ruffle, shake the boat, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So as far as trauma is concerned, even just like on a personal level, I think some of that can even go into like mental health, right?
Right.
Where you might be more prone to developing a mental illness that you don't know about because maybe your parents didn't talk about it. Your parents didn't tell you about your grandmother, your great-grandmother who was bipolar or schizophrenic, or your uncle who, has an addictive personality. These things that just run into our genetics that we don't really understand because we don't take the time to figure out our lineage. Next thing you know, maybe certain chemical imbalances get unlocked because you might have smoked or drank or tried other drugs and things like that. Now you just got a lifetime of battle that you didn't really know about because you didn't take the time to hear the lineage in it.
Facts. Bro, so do you think that's what happened with Pat Bev? You think that's...
Oh, man, Pat Bev, that's an interesting case. For those of you who don't know, Patrick Beverly was in the headlines this week because he was arrested for like assault and battery, if I'm not mistaken, right? It was like a domestic violence situation where
okay. Dang.
He allegedly beat his 15-year-old little sister, and he caught her in bed with a 18-year-old boy. The details that came out were pretty graphic. Punching her in the eye, choking her.
So let me ask you a question, right, bro? Because this situation was crazy, right? Because it's like you really look at it, you're like, dang, Pat Bev, he did that. He has a lot to lose, and things of that nature. Why did he react that way? Let me ask you a question. What would you do if you were in that situation?
Oh man,
you were in the NBA. Man. You got the house. You come home. Your sister's in bed, and I'm just in a general sense. Your sister's in bed with an 18-year-old boy. You come home and you see that. Meanwhile, you're the provider, right? In that type of situation, you see that. How would you react? And I'll tell you how I react. Let me hear.
For me, I mean, if you're seeing like especially old, I don't know if he could tell how old the boy was. Just like off the look, because sometimes these 18-year-olds be looking 23. Some of them be looking 30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you found like anybody that looked like just like an adult with your minor sister, I'm mauling out on the dude. I'll deal with her later. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna flip it and go crazy on that dude. I ain't gonna start, saying all these violent things on YouTube. We ain't trying to get demonetized. We still trying to work to get monetized, right? We ain't getting no money yet. YouTube told me 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of viewership. I ain't trying to get canceled before we get started, right?
Facts.
But I would go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and mind you, bro, I mean, at that age, sex is something that, kind of comes with it. It's something that you have to talk to your young people about. You have to, it's not even so much about like telling them not to have sex. It's about letting them understand that sex is a responsibility and here are the consequences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it be, pregnancy, disease, the emotional burden that can come with it. You know what I'm saying? All those things is like, it's not just about, oh, well, don't have sex because you're not old enough, or don't have sex because you're not married. You got to give these young people real life consequences and try to help them understand. Try to help them understand why they shouldn't. So in that situation, man, thank God it's something I've never been in. Now, I would not name names, but I've actually walked into some things and be like, whoa, I would shut the door back. You know what I'm saying? Some of them college days, my fault. That one locked. I should have locked. I should have not. I cannot name names. But, at that point, in college, it's college. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to lie to you, bro. First things first, bro, I would have had cameras like all in the house, right? So as soon as somebody would have been detected through a camera that does not supposed to be here, if she would have snuck that person in, and I would have came in and I seen that or whatever the case is, I don't know. It's a very interesting situation. I wonder what would have happened.
And then you
know
got
what I mean? Because
like,
I'm honest with you, bro. It's just like, I don't know. And like you said, thankfully I've never been in that situation, but I don't know how the whole particulars. We don't know what happened to the dude. Right, we don't know what happened to the dude. We just know what happened to the sister.
The sister, it sounded like he just went all rage on her. Like the dude snuck out through the back window, scot free.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it happened. Like as far as the dude is concerned, I feel like if his sister got a black eye or probably got punched allegedly, because I don't know, we didn't,
yeah,
we don't know.
Allegedly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I'm pretty sure the other dude, he got two of them. You know what I mean? But
or the homies beat him up outside,
or something happened. Yeah, something where, but. Honestly, that's me. That situation, I definitely did not want to hear that type of news come out about Patrick Beverley.
Right.
I love his grit, his grind. I love his defense as a basketball player.
Right.
But one of the things that hit home is that his energy. Like, he has a very intense, emotional energy, right? And he's used that to fuel him in basketball and get him to certain points, and him even as an analyst, right? And that's why he's so good at what he does.
Right. And he's from Chicago, so he's from the rough part of Chicago.
He's from the rough part of Chicago. Yeah, exactly. You get what I'm saying? So that dude, you get what I'm saying? But it's like that type of situation, those emotions, that flare happened at the wrong time, and now we happen to see him that. And his family, probably leans on him for a lot of things. So I don't know what happened in that situation, but it's very interesting, and I don't know what I would do in that situation. And
It really makes me think about the beginning of the topic, how we're talking about our my bad.
Nah, you good.
Yeah, our beginning of our topic when we were talking about the traumas and do we pass it down. Mind you, we don't know how Patrick Beverley grew up in detail.
Yeah.
If there were oftentimes, you might have negative sexual experiences. So I'll take it off Patrick Beverley, for example.
Yeah.
One of my favorite comedians, Richard Pryor. I remember I was just watching a documentary about him maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And I was none the wiser before the documentary that he is a son of a prostitute and that he grew up in a whorehouse.
Oh.
So you can imagine the type of things he's seen growing up in that environment as a child, right? He turned that situation into comedy, into laughs. Somebody else, if, they grew up in those situations, or if they're growing up in a house where sex is abusive either towards them or towards others, if they ran into a situation like that, they could black out. And that could just be that trauma being passed down, or even, oftentimes, like if you're seeing, like men with like mommy problems and mommy issues and stuff like that, they might have a tendency to lash out at women. So it goes to the point of like, you got to be very self-aware.
Yeah.
Like, to undo trauma is just to be aware of yourself.
Fact.
You got to sit down and look in the mirror, understand yourself, understand why it is that you react the way you do. Otherwise, you're gonna start to see a cycle of habits when you start having kids. Your kids start having kids, and you're gonna be like, "Dang, this is kind of like a trend, 2-3 generations in." You know what I mean?
A revolving door, which is just a trap. You realize
Exactly.
you're going nowhere.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, yo, it's like it really only takes like one person to break a curse.
It does. Yeah,
Like
right.
so, everybody in your family, you have that chance, an opportunity to just make things a little. That was how my family raised me. It's like we're gonna try to make things a little bit easier for y'all than we did. And by the time I grew up, I'm like, dang, they made things a lot easier. There's a lot of things that my grandma went through that I didn't have to go through. My mom went through. My dad went through that I had to go through. My uncles went through that I had to go through. And I'm really thankful for that. So that's why even like in African spirituality, like you hear so much about ancestors and knowing thyself is like to know the people who came before you.
Facts. Yeah, absolutely.
With that being said, there was an interesting music topic this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to get the clip ready because I had a lot to say about this. If y'all can't tell, I'm really passionate about music, man. I had a CD collection by the time I was like 5, maybe 6. You know what I mean? So music is something that
You
means.
still got that CD collection?
Man, I wish, bro. I lost that CD collection. So
See,
it was one summer in the Bahamas, bro. Left that and they never get it back, man. I had my Crisscross CD in there and get that back. I had the Chronic in there and get that back. I had
How old are you? Yeah,
man, I mean, hey, 91, man. I'm a 90s baby. June 3rd, 1991. If y'all remember my birthday,
there's
I'll
no
put
way.
I'll
How
put,
you had the Chronic and you was born in 91?
bro.
was only like, how old were you when the Chronic came out?
No, I mean when the Chronic officially came out, I was like 2, if that. You know what I'm saying?
Way.
But
My boy's a legend.
my dad,
Okay,
like
okay.
I took all the CDs from my dad, so he had all the music.
I took my
so
brother's CDs.
Yeah, so I took all the, like me being the oldest,
Yeah.
I took everything from my dad, and like I just remember like if you play the Chronic, all I could see is my dad's gray BMW. That album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was probably like 5 or 6, not really knowing what the hell they were saying, but just bopping my little ass. Like, all right. 1,
I'm
2,
still in this.
3 into the floor. I don't even remember if it was dirty or clean, though. Like, I probably
Hey, you was
dirty.
just vibing.
I was
You
just
didn't
vibing,
even-
bro.
You didn't as kids, do we know any of the words?
We don't know none of the
So
words.
we just vibe. Oh, this is my
This
song.
is the
You grow up, you start being like, wait, what are they
you talking
saying
about?
right
Hey,
now?
listen, I took every kid, if you every Jamaican, even if you're not even Jamaican, like if you grew up like in an island environment at all, and you heard "One Man Can Satisfy," yo, you little kid saying like, yeah, this song is hot. By the time you're 12, he's like, wait, hey, yo, shorty was
Bro, that song was crazy. Bro, I got older, I was like, yo, she's burning.
She's burning.
What?
More wood for the fight. Flames and fire. Hey,
Bro, but that was my so I'm from the Bronx, right?
Right.
So from like Gun Hill all the way like to 233 is more Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
So in the summertime, you hear some Caribbean songs. Oh, you always hear some Caribbean songs.
Right.
Satisfier, you're so right, bro. They played that.
Play that.
I'm like, oh, I didn't realize, bro, she was burning. And I don't want to ever see her. Whatever girl you talk about, don't talk about.
Nope. She's talking about a whole. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Let me play 40 seconds of this clip real quick for the audience.
They play some real New York like Rakim. They gonna play Pop That Coochie before they play New York.
Yeah, I hope so.
They'll play Let Me Ride That Donkey before they play.
Yeah, I hope so.
New Yorkers gotta learn to make music for people to party, not that junk. Nobody wanna be thinking.
I ain't no joke.
Well, I'm glad you said that because that had pissed me off. That's how I feel about when I listen to Kendrick.
No. Hey, I'm telling you, you gotta listen. It's a message.
No,
Bitch, I don't want no fucking message in a song.
When down south people started making good music, New York moved the goalpost. Well, y'all ain't saying nothing. The music wasn't meant to say nothing. Why Babaloo Bam, why Bam Boom? Nobody, you supposed to just vibe.
That's why Future is king.
That's why he king, because he know how to make you do this.
Man, he ain't saying that.
All right.
Yeah, wait, but bro, before you go, I just want to ask you this, bro, right? I'm from New York, right?
Facts. Okay.
So before I say anything, I definitely want to hear my brother speak.
Right.
And you're from
It's Miami, Florida.
Okay. Please fill me into what you think about it and how you feel, bro. I just want to get your understanding of how you feel.
Bro, I got a lot to say about it, but I gotta like, what's going on with you niggas, man? What's up with you niggas, bro? On some real shit. What's
going
up with
on?
you niggas? I be so confused, right?
It's crazy.
Let me give y'all a little backstory. Like I already told y'all CD collections and all that. I had a Walkman. Like music for me was a big escape. And what I'm learning is two things, right? One, a lot of y'all out there got either or mentalities when life should really be about a balance, right? You don't always got to eat healthy and never have a slice of pizza. Same way you don't always got to listen to club bangers and never listen to a song that might spark some emotion or thought or anything else like that, right? Two, music is so important, bro. Like when the nigga said music's not meant to have a message, I wanted to punch a hole in the wall. Music is so important, bro. Some people out there may not be biblical, right?
Right.
Satan, prior to being cast out of heaven, was like the highest angel.
Right.
And his job was music and praise. In the Bible, it constantly talks about the importance of music and praise and the spiritual awakenings that come with that. So, mind you, I don't think God is in heaven talking about let's just play some dumbed down stuff. Let's turn the brain off and not play anything with a message. Music is so important that when slaves were fighting to get free, they used music as a vehicle to translate a message on how we were going to free ourselves, what the plan was. Hey, y'all, that's how gospel came about.
Preach. Facts.
So I just want to know, man. That's why I was like, what's going on with you niggas? Like, what's really going on? Why does it seem that anything slightly thought-provoking, you reject egregiously? As if you can't even stomach it or fathom it that a song can be good if it's not played in the club or if it's not made for the club. That everything is designed to be in the club. Like, a lot of y'all niggas just live in vanity. A lot of y'all just have the most vain outlooks in life. Mm-hmm. And it reflects in your music because whatever thoughts you're afraid of, whatever inner workings you're trying to hide behind, even if y'all aren't actual drug addicts, y'all like drug music because the melodies and the 808s and the beats help you drown out your thoughts. The same way a perk might help you drown out your thoughts. The same way a Xan may help you drown out your thoughts. Sheesh. So I just be wanting to know, what's wrong with you niggas in this constant, it doesn't play in the club narrative? And I love club bangers. Let me tell y'all something. Gucci Mane's in my top 10 all time.
Facts. Big facts.
Tupac's my all-time favorite rapper. The two don't got a whole lot in common. But I listen to Pac, I listen to Gucci, I listen to Future, I listen to Kendrick, I listen to Mos Def. I just
and
like,
Drake.
Well, hold on. Before this podcast is over, I will count how many Drake songs I like, because it's at least 5. But
you
I don't.
5?
Yeah, it's at least 5, but I don't know if it's more than 10. But he got some. He got a few. Not my personal go-to, but I understand it. Like, I understand it. And that's my thing, right? It goes even deeper than just the music because we as black people often box ourselves in. Mm-hmm. If it's not, the music's not for the club, it's this nigga's too smart. He talks white. If it's not, you don't got on the Gucci and the Louis, this nigga can't dress, he lame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I wish somebody would challenge. If you wear Louis Vuitton from head to toe and you think you fly, or you wear Gucci from head to toe, you're like, oh, I'm the fly.
You're gonna piss off a lot of Jamaicans in South Florida.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck. Bro, a lot of niggas don't got style. They just wear things for the vanity of it because it just screams, I have money or I'm of a certain class. It's not even dope shit.
You gotta switch it up. You gotta freak your style. You gotta make it look fly. You can't have Gucci you gotta Gucci one piece.
Bro,
they go with this piece, you gotta make it look fly. You can't just
bro. Them
Louis
niggas is walking billboards, bro. There's walking advertisements for a place that never cared about you or your people.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna get into a deep dive off leather and how the Italians got leather and where it came from Africa. Y'all can do your own research on that. But that
Maybe one day you have to fill them in, bro. One day.
One day, man. One day. When we get to that point, man.
Yeah, one day.
I don't want y'all to look at me as too preachy right now. But no, it's a serious issue, bro.
Facts.
It's a serious issue. Like, not even in music will you take the time to like hear a message. But I want to hear your opinions on it, bro. Like, especially from you being a New Yorker, because I got a lot to say about New York music as it pertains to that as well.
Well, first things first, right? I'm gonna just say thank you for your opinion on that, as somebody actually from the South.
Hey,
right?
Nick, I gotta represent, man.
Right?
I gotta represent.
And first things first, right? I'm from the Bronx, right, where hip hop originated.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, first, it was used for parties. They were doing it for parties to have fun. People were having fun. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the movies or anything know anybody from New York, but they were used to have fun.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
You got to know at least 145 and up nigga from New York. They'll tell you all about it.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? And they happen to be able to communicate that fun through the message, through the actual songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I don't know what in your mind. You know what? Forget it, bro. You know what? That's why hip hop is where it is at right now.
That's a fact.
Because this is what y'all guys keep wanting. Y'all keep wanting people to listen to all this bullshit and then, want people to buy it too, right? Yes, I want songs on the album, and you brought a perfect thing. I want songs on the album that's gonna make me think, but then I may have songs on the album I just want to dance to.
Fact.
But that's what makes the album.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So, that thought process, just blaming New York, you seem like you have it seems like, that was coming more from like a hate towards New York rather than thinking about the music itself.
Exactly.
Not every rapper from New York is thought provoking. You get what I'm saying? You have, and this is how crazy it is, because you said they're scared to think, where you have people like Nas, where they may be like, oh, he's trying to get me to think. But then you may have people like Jay-Z. Jay-Z in that sense is kind of more opposite to Nas.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they can't tell a difference.
Nope. Nope.
You get what I'm saying?
Nah. They may not know either one of them. And then also, bro, like regionally it's different, bro. Like, bass music, which came from Miami, had a heavy hand in influencing even Atlanta's earlier sound, and just like culturally the sounds are different. Like I said, bass music this is like the spinal cord to a lot of sounds, whether it be the trap sound, the crunk sound that came from down here. Culturally, a lot of strip clubs in the South, you know what I'm saying? A lot of partying in the South, like even back to the Freaknik days. So we get it, bro. Like, partying is a big part of Southern culture, and it's something dope, and it's something that should be celebrated, right? But also understand, like, New Yorkers were getting down too and getting busy too, and the dancing looked different. If like you were talking about the foundation of it, like that's where like DJ Krahork and all them dudes came up with like break beats and b-boy culture, and they were partying back then and spinning records, and then it was like Grandmaster Flash putting the scratches on it, and it was, well, we gotta say African Bad and Bada, but I ain't gonna say African Bad and Bada, but too much, because he got some questionable things about you. But he was also part of that party culture, and hip hop was a party. Like, this is why it's important for kids to know history. And they're not gonna teach hip hop history in school, but understand that hip hop came about as a direct result from the civil rights movement, right? After the civil rights movement, going into the 70s, disco's born. The 60s was a crazy time. President getting shot, Malcolm X getting shot, Dr. King getting shot, people marching for God knows how many miles. Dogs, fire hoses. It was tumultuous, all for the fight of freedom and a betterment and to be recognized as a human.
Yeah.
Not 3/5 of a man.
Bro,
you
was marching with Martin Luther King. So tell us, how it feels.
It's an old soul, man. It's an old soul. That's why basketball players got ugly feet. He was fighting, marching.
They don't know. He was marching with Martin Luther King. He knew the tune back then.
Exactly.
And he know the tune now.
And now, like, you
listen to him, bro.
Hear me out.
He almost wore a quarter zip today. So I'm just like,
I am time traveler Steph tonight. You know what I'm saying? So check me out. So you go into the 70s. What's disco? A lot of partying. A lot of fly shit. Pimp culture.
Facts.
Coke. Nightlife. Cadillacs. Fur coats. People just wanted to feel good.
Superfly.
They needed, after after fighting, I mean, not even just in the 60s, like, but think about going back to like Jim Crow and even before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Leading all up into the 70s, this is a great decade. Meanwhile, on the economic front, this is related today, some of y'all talking about inflation today, go look at the stagflation that was existing in the 70s and how the federal government had to literally just like crack the economy, completely cracking. You talking about sticker price shock, all that was happening. You know who was getting the brunt of that? Underserviced people, ghetto youths in New York, all across America, but in the Bronx, especially like when they talk about the Bronx being on fire, you're talking about urban kids taking like disco and soul records and making a whole new genre to voice themselves. That's what hip hop is based off of. It's literally meant to be the voice of the youth and to have a message. So like to insult people by saying music's not supposed to have a message is like just beyond me, bro.
Yeah.
It's beyond me because I get it, bro. There's gonna be a time and place for everything. Y'all need to stop having this either or mentality.
Yeah.
Just live a balanced life, man. And then understand that, like, you know, regionally, we're probably gonna be a little bit different. Chicago's gonna have a sound. Miami's gonna have a sound. New York's
But
gonna
don't
have
you
a sound.
love it though? Don't you love each place's difference of opinion in their music, and it shows where they're from?
Exactly.
I love Chicago music.
Facts.
I love LA music. But then I love my New York music.
Exactly.
I love Miami music. I love Uncle Lou. You know what I'm saying? I
Exactly.
love Trick Daddy. I love everything that has to do with it. I love each part of our culture and black culture specifically.
Exactly.
And I can't wait to hear a part of our black culture that may enhance or get better. You know what I'm saying? So
And it's to build a bridge, bro. Like hip hop was a gap to bridge the previous generations to each other. Unfortunately, I'll say like since the SoundCloud era, it felt like the bridge got burnt. So I think it's up to us to like talk about the music the way we talk about it, so that we can start building that bridge back, right?
big facts.
And like you said, it's, bro. I mean, hip hop was almost like a gateway. I haven't been to much cities in America, right? Like especially being from an immigrant family. I didn't know much outside of my little South Florida hub where it was like all Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying? My little time I moved to like West Broward, and I was like, dang, it's mad Spanish and white people here. And I was complete like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It opens up a gate, it gives you a cultural nuance. Like I used to love like messing with the New York kid who just moved to South Florida, and I'll just say like, "Oh, you from Lennox and 7th?" And he'd be like, "What you know about Lennox?" I was like, nah, bro. I just listen to mad Dipset, bro. Like, I just listen to mad this or mad that, and you know, hip hop when it was regional gave you flavor, it gave you diversity, it gave you a different outlook on the music, bro. So I don't even know the name of that podcast I was on, but it caused a bit of a stir, and I didn't like that. You know, I seen mad people saying this is why they call Southerners dumb hillbillies and all that, those stereotypes, and that we ignorant. And I'm like, man, it's too much bright people from the South, like, for you know these loud, ignorant voices to be that loud. It's kind of crazy. I just feel like we got to start being passionate again, bro.
Facts, yeah.
I don't know if a lot of people have a passion. Like the people who speak like that about music and make music about one thing, I don't think y'all are that passionate about anything. Like y'all sound like you just want to drown yourself into like a status quo that doesn't allow you to inspire or think. You know, everything that we've ever loved, that we've ever used came from a thought, whether it was from a song or not. The fact that we have airplanes is because someone was crazy enough to think that niggas could fly. You know what I'm saying? But there was a time where we could not fly. I think it was the Wright brothers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Y'all fat tripped me on this. When they said, you know
Wright
what?
Brothers, yeah. Well,
We're gonna fly.
yeah.
We're gonna build something that allows humans to travel in the air. You can imagine the amount of people said, like, these motherfuckers done lost their mind.
Yeah. They look crazy.
Bro, I mean, y'all go watch a documentary. There's a documentary on Walt Disney. Talk about an innovator and someone who pushed the boundaries of like, the reason why we're able to record like this is because of Walt Disney. So many things that we have just came from people who refuse to be bounded by like the limitations around them. And that just comes from thought. So if art doesn't inspire you, especially in music, I think music's one of the more powerful things. How many times have you just woke up randomly and had a song playing in your head?
So let me ask you a question, because you bring up a great point. I know this is going away from our point. Do you think that is the reason why Kanye is the way he is, he's looked at the way he is because of that distinguish or what you just said. Because what you said was a great point, right? And usually the craziest people now upset the people that are around them, but later on they look like they are just geniuses. I'm not saying he is. Right. It's not my question. But I'm saying I'm just questioning some of the people that look crazy right now.
Right. You know, right, every genius has a bit of like a tortured soul that I just say. Like, I think Michael Jordan was a basketball genius. People say he was an asshole and had a gambling problem. Right. You know what I mean? Like, he was so competitive in everything he did. You know, to say there's something similar about Kobe. I think Kobe was a genius too. But I think Kobe had such a hyper focus that whatever he was going to do next is just going to be great. That's why he won. I believe Kobe won an Emmy before he passed away, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go, love you, Kobe.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the years of inspiration. When it comes to someone like Kanye, I definitely think Kanye is a musical genius. And at one point in his life and career, he was a boundary breaker. You talk about a moment in hip hop in the mid 2000s, like peak bling bling era, peak like gangster era. Like, you're talking about everybody from Rockefeller Records to Cash Money, to Dipset, to there's DMX, like you name it.
Yeah.
There was no Kanye. And then here comes Kanye making these beats, making you know, how would I put it? Making like, I don't want to just call it backpack music, because I guess like you could have said like there's a Common back then, or like even a Mos Def and like a Talib Kweli, you know what I'm saying? Like people who were dope, but Kanye's production was so high level. It's like, I can make backpack or conscious rap a hit, and like Jesus Walks was like a hit.
But see, he defined backpack music.
Exactly.
Right? They may have made backpack music, but it wouldn't have even been thought of as backpack music if Kanye didn't do it.
Because he put the commercial success behind it. Before that, it was such a niche thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
the polos.
The polos.
Nobody was doing that.
The Louis Vuitton backpacks.
You get what I'm saying? So is he, and I'm talking about music in that aspect, in that portion of the culture, not him as a person, because we don't know.
Right. Right.
But as that, is he a genius?
Oh yeah.
In that field, you know, with those type of things. And we, you know, I don't know. You know, for instance, like right now he's doing this. You know what? Actually, let's just go to the next topic. I'm not gonna go more.
Yeah, no. I'll close out with this, man. Kanye, as your fellow Gemini.
Y'all niggas crazy. Oh, I'm sorry.
We might be. Hey, listen, they call me crazy. They say Steph's crazy. They like I'm antisocial, all types of stuff, right? But our Gemini greats, Tupac, Kendrick, Prince, Kanye, you were on the Mount Rushmore, dog, to just went off the rails. But we still love and appreciate you for what you did on that first half of your career. The second half, like I said, anything post-Jesus, gets a little bit tricky. But man, you know, we talk a lot about things we're passionate about, bro. Like, were there any hobbies that you had like growing up, or was there anything that like new you tried, or something that you were passionate about that maybe even people around you didn't really understand at that time?
That's very interesting, bro. I mean, for me specifically, it would be definitely filming.
Oh, really? I didn't know you filmed it. This is new. I'm learning something about my homie in real time.
Yeah. So, you know, growing up, I love film. I would watch movies, but I really loved to watch movies from just looking at the beginning, climax, the end, breaking it down, the perception, the messaging. I love everything about movies and how the creation of movies, the producer side. That's something that, you know, I would say that every day I probably even think about, as far as just being that producing side, that and things of that nature. Even to when I'm growing up, when I got to college, I was like, oh, I need to create a video. I created my own video, you know, or whatever the case is, put a little music behind it, or whatever the case is. It wasn't the best. You get what I'm saying? But I was more in the video. It wasn't just a basketball video. Like in the beginning of my video, I was like, I had my friend. It was my friend. He's from Philly. He was like, I had him come in, walk into the room, and go, "Hey, Antoine, you ready?" Then I flipped to my video and just show my highlights. So that creative side,
right.
They're putting those pieces together, making people feel the movie or the. My thing about it is, I want to get people as close to feeling how you feel when you read a book to a movie. And I feel like there's some people who do it now, but I feel like, that's something that, a passion of mine that, one day you're going to see some movies out there from me. Watch and see. But that's a big passion of mine. What about yours,
EIE
bro?
Productions behind the cameras, Jiggy, Mastermind. Bro, I had so many passions when I was a kid, man. Some I was better at than others. Basketball was probably the main passion, right?
Yeah.
But I also, I like to bring this up to my little cousins when I talk to them. I see them, they got their little anime on Crunchyroll. They like to. It's so mainstream now. Kim Kardashian like anime. Michael B. Jordan like anime. I was like, man, when I was a kid, I was like, two things. If I ever I got teased constantly for was 1, liking anime, 2, being a Southern nigga who liked Jay-Z and Nas. I swear, if there's one thing they were gonna criticize me or try to, poke at me about was those 2 things, right? But I was thinking about it, and I'm like, dang, man, I don't know if I ever told you this story.
Yeah.
But even what got me into anime was just me being a bad kid. And once again, I got them whoopings, bro. It was in Jamaica at my grandfather's house. He had satellite TV. I was maybe about, I want to say 7 or 8-ish around that time.
6.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I was young. But, satellite TV back then, you was going to find something you weren't supposed to find. Whole house dead asleep. Yeah. It's just me and the TV up 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. I'm just flipping through the channels. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I stop. And the reason why I stop is I see a cartoon. But here's the thing, though. This cartoon was with a naked lady. All I saw was this cartoon naked lady, titties. I said, whoa. What do we have here? And I'm stuck watching it, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember I was like, she was like a robot. She's fighting other robots. In my mind, I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
That cartoon is an anime called Ghost in the Shell. Literally, The Matrix is built off that show, that movie, bro. So go watch Ghost in the Shell. Go watch The Matrix. You'll start seeing where some of the creative.
I gotta get into. My sister been trying to put me onto anime.
Bro, it's so good.
And
bro.
you too. Been trying to put me on
good.
the anime, and I've just been like, I just haven't gotten to actually watch it. Not that I watched it and it wasn't interested. I just haven't gotten to watch it. I gotta watch it. A lot of people been trying to tell me if it got good meaning.
Yeah, it's so much now, bro. Especially back then, like growing up as a '90s baby, anime wasn't readily available. You know what I'm saying? You had to go and search for it. You know what I'm saying? Even in the mid 2000s, I'm from same thing with mixtapes, bro. Man, I used to give my computer so many viruses, bro. LimeWire, torrents.
So you're just gonna blame LimeWire? Okay.
No, mixtape torrents.
Oh, mixtape. It was just mixtape.
Anime torrents.
Just anime, right?
You
okay.
know?
Just blame those things.
Yeah.
That was the only reason why you got this. Okay.
Listen. I got another.
Nah. We're good.
No. What's funny is because I be wanting to tell some story, but I don't want to rat on nobody.
You're not. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you.
Lie. I got blamed. I'll never forget. I got blamed. And my mom turned the computer and see roundandbrown.com. I swear to God, it wasn't me. Hey, no. I was like, if it's on Naruto, it ain't me. It's like, you're the only one. And mind you, this is what sucks, right? This is what sucks about being the oldest. I'm 14. That little nigga 10. The other one is 7 years old. The little sister in diapers. Nigga, what you watching?
I was like, yo, how did this happen?
I was like, I can't rant. All I can just say it wasn't me. I probably said, who else is in here? I was like, I swear. I plead the fifth.
Round and round.
Hey, bro. Oh, man.
I think I know I did it, but
yeah.
Shout out to
hey.
I know the
Yeah, I ain't gonna rat. That's not with this podcast. We don't condone snitching, all right? Gonna keep it 100. I had to take down the chain. I ain't get Thankfully, I ain't get beat for that one. She kind of just, to my word, chucked it up to this.
I just wish I could have been a fly on the wall that day just to see.
Oh my God, bro, my face,
crying, bro.
My face.
I'm almost crying now.
Listen,
that's crazy, bro. Yeah.
Listen, man. Them hobbies, bro. Sometimes you pick it the wrong.
Hobbies.
Them hobbies be hobbying, man.
Goddamn anime.
I'm telling you, bro. I was trying to tell. I was like, listen, man. But it was a different time back then.
Yeah.
That was a much different time. But even off of that, the next hobby I had was skateboarding.
Yeah.
I definitely tried. But here's the thing about skateboarding in South Florida, it's flat. So it's not really a lot of great places to skateboard at. And what made me get into skateboarding was the video game Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Man,
tell me that wasn't the best game, bro.
That was one of the best games ever. Like, if I could do a Christ Air today, I would try to do that move today. I'll probably die doing it. Like, I would probably fall.
I used to play that game all the time, bro.
It was legendary. Bro, I ever tell you the story about how I got my N64 stolen?
Nah.
All right, this is a quick, more story times, right? I feel like the audience really getting to know me today.
Right.
Yo. Once again, still can't. I was probably 6 or 7. 6, 7. You know, got an N64 for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have it for long. Maybe I want to say maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
Right? One day is me, my mom, my second younger brother, and like my youngest brother is just born. So he's literally like in diapers, right?
Yeah.
We walk into the house. I look on the floor and be like, yo, someone had their dirty shoes in the house.
Yeah.
My mom was like, dirty shoes in the house? Big ass like boot prints, like mud boot prints on the floor.
Yeah.
Right? I just remember the look of like shock on my mom's face.
Mm-hmm.
One, not recognizing like whose, footprints those are. So I can imagine immediate danger. You got 3 kids with you. You by yourself.
Yeah.
In a house. You don't know who's in here.
Right.
So I started walking around. I was like, I go to like the living room like, hey, yo, our TV's gone.
Oh, shit.
And it's like now like the panic starting to set in. It's like, oh, we've been robbed. Like, we were robbed. Bro, whoever did this, somebody did this.
Yeah.
They took everything. The baby's crib, gone.
What?
The photos, they didn't even need the photos. They took the frames with the photos in them. Niggas lost memories. Gone. I go in my room. I'm like, nah! Look what I did to me! They took my Nintendo 64!
Everything else going in the house.
Everything else going in the house. I'm like, oh my God. So, hey, if y'all ever want to know, I'm super laid back, but if you steal from me, that's going to cause a trigger. That's going to bring out a whole different side.
Bro, you want to hear something funny, bro? That same shit happened to me.
No way. No
but
way.
I'm in a different, and I promise y'all, I'm not lying to y'all. When I was younger, I lived in the Bronx. Me, my mom, my father, all lived in the Bronx. One day, we went out, I forgot where we went. We came back to the house. Everything gone. Like, it was like somebody just moved everything out of our house. Everything gone, from beds to everything. Like, everything disappeared in our house. We went in the house, I was like, I wonder how this... Hey, where my boots?
They took the Timbs?
Yo, bro. But at the time, though, I ain't gonna lie, at the time, right? I had some Timbs, but I also had some FUBU boots. So I had like a little FUBU shirt because I was younger at the time. I was like, I think I was like 6, 7. You know what I'm saying? Around 8. But I had some FUBU boots, and I was just wearing them all the time. But yeah, bro, similar story. Came home, and the only reason I don't have more to the story is because I really came home and didn't see anything. Nobody touched anything. It was just gone.
It's the worst feeling in the world, man. It's the worst feeling. But, my story has a little bit of a happy ending, man. Like, not too long, I was depressed, man. I remember I was literally, I was at my grandma's house at this time, and I was just in the garage, just like kind of like sad. I think I was just like kind of bouncing a basketball in the garage. And my late Uncle Steve, God bless his soul, bro, he came, he's like, got a present for you. I was like, what'd you get me? He's like, he got me a brand new N64. I was
Word?
like, what?
Wow.
Man, bro, when I say I was happy, bro.
That's dope.
I was happy. So that same N64 led me to Tony Hawk Pro Skater, right? And I'll never forget, you know, when you playing the game, I was like, yo, I gotta try this. And I remember Mom got me a skateboard. I used to just go outside and try to like jump on the curbs from on and off the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I learned how to ollie. I could like grind for like 2 seconds and then pop back off, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, I really want to go to a skate park. You know, when you're a little kid, you start annoying your mom.
Yeah.
And you're like, Mom, can you take me to the skate park?
Yeah.
You take me to a skate park? She take me and my cousin to a skate park one day. She's like, fine, right? There's a park, I don't know if it's still there, the skate park at Brian Piccolo.
I know Brian Piccolo.
Yeah. Took us there, bro. 2 things stood out. This is the second time this happened to me. One, when I first moved from Miami to Broward, and I was the only black kid in class. And then when I went to Brian Piccolo, I was the only black kid at that skate park. I said, these little white boys is up in the air flying. Bro, I'm talking about weight.
Right.
You know what? I'm afraid of heights. I don't think this is going to work out for me, right? But the thing is, you know, when you're dealing with black parents, you paid to get in here. Nigga, do not turn around 5 minutes later talking about you want to go home.
Yeah.
You're going to get every dollar out this day.
Yep.
Go on the grind, go the little high pack, do all that. I'm sitting there like, bro, I'm looking down on I was like, this ain't what it looked like in the game. This shit high as hell. And mind you, at that same time, all you see is whoosh, whoosh. And I'm like, bro, how the hell is no one afraid of dying? These niggas is like 8, 9 feet in the
So let me
air.
ask you, so was that the day that you lost the passion?
Instantly, bro. I hung up. I mean, I was still skateboarding in my neighborhood, but I said, you know what, man? That video game is really more so for me. I imagine this like the kids who probably went from playing like rec league or like you playing at the park to like you go and like play some AAU niggas for the first time. It's like this 6th grader dunking in the layup line. What is this? He go home, he's like, yeah, Dad, I think I want to be an accountant. This basketball shit ain't gonna cut it for me.
Well, hopefully he ain't a ringer.
Oh, nah, bro. That's a fact. But, man, that's enough of my story times for today, man. I feel like y'all got to know me on a little bit more of an intimate level today. That was a good critique from somebody. Someone said, like, you know, let the audience get to know you a little bit better. I was like, you know what? You're right. A little bit introverted. I gave y'all trauma today. I gave y'all laughs through the trauma. And we learned that Jiggy is going to be the next Ryan Coogler.
Yo, Eric,
Hey,
coming for that #1 spot.
bro, you know, since we're talking about passions, bro, how do you feel about the Knicks so far this season? I think they had won a game in Dallas last night. I think early in the week, I think that was Monday, they had a crazy game against the Heat. And I feel like they played the Heat like three games in a row.
Yeah. So, bro, the Knicks right now, it's the best team in the East.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just say that overall,
All right.
not record-wise, right? I'm a Knicks fan. I'm gonna just be real. You know what I mean? I do think the Knicks can make it out of the East this year, right? I also do think they are going to have to go against the Pistons, right? So that's just my thought there. I think they can beat the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? I still think they have a better overall team. Now, my thing about it, bro, is just like, what other team, you know what I mean, in the East besides those two can defend against the Knicks? You know what I'm saying? Or who could, besides the Cavaliers, can defend against the Knicks? I'm just trying to wonder who. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody else out there. I don't want to hear nobody else say anybody. I don't want to hear nothing about no Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
You see what we did to Boston. You seen what we did to Boston.
Yeah,
Yo, Boston, you seen what we did to Boston. You seen, right? I have a joke right now that would have been great for it, but I'm not going to say it. Bro, you see what we did to Boston.
Yeah, man. Tatum probably at home rehabbing sick. You know, you ain't going to get your lip back for another year. But I think the Knicks are interesting, bro. I'm still in football mode. Dolphins, real quick.
Oh, yeah, they won.
2 in a row.
Yo, I'm going to ask you this. Did you see Shador?
I mean,
He start?
He didn't start, but he got in.
Oh, he got in.
on
Well, he's
some
going to
coaching.
start this
But he's
Sunday.
going to start this week. We'll keep an eye on him. Deion still come back to Florida State. But look, Dolphins, 2 in a row. Let me tell you something.
You gotta watch the Browns then.
Every win streak starts with 1 game. Man, the Browns ain't going nowhere right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Every win streak starts with 1 game, right? And you know what's great about this? This is the best part about this, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Vaughn. Y'all know Vaughn, episode 10. Go check out the homie Vaughn, episode 10, right?
Yeah.
Before the year started, I made a $50 bet with Vaughn saying that they were going to win 10 games this year, right? Mind you, at this point, they're at 7 losses. So if they lose 1 more, I got to cash app that nigga. Hey, nigga, 2 weeks in a row, I ain't had to pay you, dog. Don't you love when niggas gotta wait? Niggas gotta wait for the money. Hey, make it 3. Hey, Dolphins, do me a favor. Make it 3 weeks in a row. You know what I'm saying?
So how many games left before it concludes?
I mean, right now we're on thin ice, bro. If I lose 1 more game, he gonna be the first person to text me, run me my bread. So let me tell you something, bro. I have been dodging bullets. I don't want to pay. I would much rather. Hey, Dolphins, man. Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years.
Listen, and I used to think I was crazy as a Knicks fan back in the day.
At this
Check
point,
this
bro,
guy out.
No, this is all about pride. This is about pride.
Get your money,
and
Vaughn.
This is not wanting to be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Get your money, Vaughn.
Listen, I'm gonna pay. Obviously, if we lose 8 games, and the bet is officially like. But every week we win, it's just like. It's like not answering the phone when niggas is calling for debt collection. You know, when you're 18, you run up that credit card, about to change my number. Yep. You ain't gonna get this from me. Sorry, Wells Fargo. I don't know who told you to give me $1,000.
Nobody never notified me. Is this your number? No, that's not my number.
Is this calling from Stephon? Is this Stephon? No. Are you sure? No,
Nope.
It's not.
I don't know who that
I
is.
don't know. I don't know who that is.
See you later.
Yep. Hey, 10 years, defaults, got off your credit. Sorry. Should have never trusted me. At 18, I was not in a position to handle that $1,000 credit card. Right. I bought so much polo.
Damn.
Didn't pay it back? Nope.
I know people wish they could have did that with student debt.
Oh my goodness.
Can't escape that. You can't escape that.
Bro, what wasn't the last presidency supposed to forgive a lot of student loans?
I mean, that's what they said, and they definitely forgot.
Man, you know, that's the thing, man. You know, they get your vote and they don't come through with the promise, dog. Mm-hmm. You know, if America was able to run just a little bit like, remember that episode of Family Guy, like when Stewie owed with Brian owed Stewie some money? That's how America should have came at like the Congress, like, where's my money, man? Where's my money? So take the crack, beat the hell out of it. Give my money, man. Forget my debt.
Yeah, that's what we do. We don't need our money, man.
But it's too much going on out here, bro.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sorry to cut you off, but I definitely want to say this. You know, I'm just also thankful that you know, the shutdown is if it's not already came to an end, it's coming to an end. Right. That people can go ahead and, you know, have a great, you know, holidays and Thanksgiving. And then besides that, because I don't even think people's full benefits even got back to where we're supposed to get to.
SNAP benefits, like people were literally going without food.
You know, I'm not advertising for any companies, but I know there's some companies out there that are actually giving some Thanksgiving meals out that are for cheaper. So please seek those places out, so you guys can still enjoy your Thanksgiving and have a great Thanksgiving. But just want to, you know, just talk about that or just give a shout out to that situation, because I know a lot of people are dealing with this government shutdown and it's affecting a lot of households, and there's opportunities for you to still enjoy your holidays, because there's some still, and I think Amazon even has a Thanksgiving thing they're doing too. So please go find some sources to still enjoy your holidays out there. That's one thing I definitely want to say.
And I appreciate, I wanted to shout out to all the people who showed up for those jobs that's in game, like the TSA workers.
Yes,
whether it be the mailmen, women.
Thank you, all of you.
You know, everybody. You know, all the the teachers who still showed up.
Yep.
I mean, all these government jobs that are so essential. And maybe it's a topic we could, you know, tackle a little bit later once we get more informed. Because I feel like I'm not equipped to give a full opinion on it. Because you heard, you know, the shutdown was a last resort bargaining chip for like healthcare, right? And allowing people to still have affordable healthcare. And what sucks about it is I don't watch like a MSNBC or CNN or definitely don't watch no Fox News, but like
Right.
I'll watch CNBC. I'll
Right.
read Bloomberg, you know, and every now and then they'll have some governors, some senators come up there and tell their side of the story. And it was just frustrating because it wasn't, especially when it came from like people on the right, where they weren't even really discussing what was happening
Yeah.
in a way that's like meaningful to anybody. It's
Yeah.
just jargon.
Right.
The radical this, the liberal this, the evil this. And it's like, bro, this is why y'all need to learn how to think, because this is how they brainwash people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're just starting, like, it's name calling.
Yeah.
It's not even, they're not even giving you like, well, you know, we believe that healthcare should be this and da. It is literally just them trying to spread propaganda and be like, look, it's their fault. They don't want you to work. They're starving people, and holding no accountability to
While
themselves.
we all suffer.
Exactly. And that's the thing. We pay these taxes, and it's like none of that comes to us.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're having $1 million deals. I saw a clip on Twitter of Cristiano Ronaldo and his wife just having dinner with Donald Trump. I said, this nigga not even a citizen. How the fuck?
Shit, not yet, right?
Shit. But I'm like, Messi been in Miami for a good 2 years. If I seen Messi down there, be like, all right,
Yeah.
kind of get it. Cristiano Ronaldo? That's exactly why he ain't got no World Cup championship. Just that right there. Look at you, got your priorities twisted. I was wondering what he doing. Like, where?
That's true.
For what?
Using it as a bargaining tool.
Man, bro.
But yeah, again, back to your point though, bro. Shout out to all the workers at that time. You guys are tremendous. Appreciate you guys even working for no pay at that time. Hopefully waiting for them to give you the pay eventually. Listen, man, like the only reason
appreciate
America
y'all.
runs is off of people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, more acknowledgement needs to be done there. So,
Bro,
thank you again.
1,000%. Bus drivers, everything, bro. It's so much things, and that's man, bro. It's so much things happening, dog. Like, I read an article the other day that said the average age of first-time home buyers now are 40 years old.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Absolutely insane. I had to really think and ponder that. I was like,
Well, let me ask you this, bro, because you know, with the home buying situation nowadays, right? I see a lot of people talk about home buying as more as, listen, you know, if you get into home buying, you're gonna incur a lot of problems that you're probably not gonna be aware or know how to fix or do, right? So go ahead and rent,
right.
you know, and allow, you know, certain things that you're not gonna be fundamentally aware of, you know, be taken care of. And I thought about it, and I was like, you know, my grandmother, she's from North Carolina, you know,
Right.
and I asked her who built her house. She said, yeah, my brothers built my house, and they built the house. And I'm like, oh, word, they built the house? Yeah, they gave us some land, and we built the house. I'm like, okay. And the houses that they built are still there. Not saying it was the best, you know, structured house, but they built that house or whatever the case
And
is.
they own it.
And they own it. And I looked at it, I'm like, shit, nobody could tell you nothing. Nobody could tell me nothing. You know what I mean? And I thought about it, I'm like, you know what's lacking what I think is lacking in today's world is the skill part that the previous generations had. That they had a skill that it was second nature to them that we can't even think about. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, my thing in this life, you know what I mean, that I understand is that, you know, renting right now is it seems like so feasible. It seems like the most, yes, go at the home buying percentages. They're never going to get better. I'm just telling you right now, the interest rates are never going to get better. So if you think you're waiting for a good time, they're never going to get better.
Yeah.
Renting right now, right? If you want to rent, that's perfectly fine and it makes sense, right? But you have to understand you're under somebody else's rules, right? When you rent, you get what I'm saying? And then when you go home own, accountability. And that has a lot to say with your personality. And if you take responsibility for things that you may cause. You can't run to nobody else. You have to do the things yourself. So I look at that and I'm like, a lot of these people who are running away from trying to be a homeowner and thinking about more renting or run away from responsibilities that one day they're not going to be able to run away from.
Oh man, bro, you brought up a really interesting point about like how you said like your grandma's brothers built her the house, and you were saying that's a skill set that we're missing, right? There was a point in time in America where home ec was in schools. that was common. Like they'll teach you how to, you know, I mean, it was out of schools by the time I was there, really. But you know, for everything from, you know, how to saw something, how to build, you know, sewing. It was everything. Like you kind of just came out of high school with a skill, whether you realize it or not. And it's like you think about how the government takes that out, and then they, I don't know, insert something like sex education. Like, why is a school worried about sex education? That's something that should be taught at home. Give these kids some skills so that if they come out of high school, you know, they can actually go and say, well, I can get a job as a carpenter. I can go, you know, even if you're not going to a trade school, which is why trade school is important. But like, you know, imagine like there was a whole generation of kids coming out in factory jobs, you know, them learning how to go and build cars, assemble cars, you know what I'm saying? Like all these things have eroded.
Yeah.
And everything became so digital. I was just watching a interesting video about the .com bubble this past week, and you know, we've been going for a long time in the pod. I'll probably delve deeper into that later. But like everything became digital. Like once the factory jobs aren't paying and they were getting laid off, like no one's gonna pick up them jobs.
Facts.
You know, no one's gonna. You know, no one was looking to go be a carpenter. It's like, oh, but everything's next. So now what do you have? No one wants to have like the trade things. They want to. You know, they want to learn how to do computer programming and write codes and AI and working, you know what I'm saying? That thing. So I think that's why, like, shout out to the Grits and Eggs podcast, man. I'm a big fan of Deonta Count and Big Ice Cup Cat. They're very much proprietors of getting a trade and having that and learning how to have a skilled trade and stuff like that. And my thing is, it's like I said, it's a balance. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but we're clearly like not self-sufficient in that, like how we used to be. But that being said, man, I mean, I don't know what else to give to people, man. I feel like this is a great episode, bro.
I feel like this is a great episode. Hey, listen, y'all, keep commenting, you know, subscribing, and keep putting your ideas out there. Yo, listen, we love to hear your guys' comments, no matter what you guys say, you know. And we want y'all to just, you know, let us know what we can do better also, you know what I mean? Or if y'all feel like y'all have something y'all want to talk about, let us know.
Yeah,
we here. Listen, we here.
Yeah,
we not outside, but we inside.
Yeah, right.
And we're going to voice.
We're tangible.
We're tangible, yes. And we're going to voice anything that we feel like, you know, the people want to hear. So please, 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 please,
and let us know. Like, if you feel like we ever missed the mark on something, if y'all feel like there's more to be put out there, we want to hear from y'all. Like the same way you guys might come here and learn something from us, we want to be able to learn something from y'all too. So, you know, we're big on communication. That's why we started this podcast, is to, you know, put something out there that's, like I've always said, positive. Like we said in earlier episodes, the most diverse podcast on YouTube. You know what I mean? Who else can really do it like us, I feel like. So,
and one day y'all might be able to get my big back theory. You know what I mean?
Listen, the big back theory is a real thing. I heard it.
You know what I mean?
It's not like folklore. It's a real thing. So if y'all want to hear about the big back theory, spam them comments. Should we give a call? Like, this is like where the YouTubers be like, 100 likes, you'll hear about the 100 likes.
Yo.
Next episode, 100 likes on this episode. We will come back next week with the big back theory. No paywall, no pay-per-view. Straight to the point. Off the back. Like them niggas in Cali be saying.
Off the back.
With that being said, we'll catch y'all on the next one, all right, y'all? Peace.